Welcome to KenphiTales, where the fire remembers, the drum speaks, and the ancestors whisper your name. Let the story begin.
Before the maps were drawn, before the names were taken, before our gods were silenced in strange tongues, there was the land. The land remembered everything, because in Africa, memory is soil, and soil never forgets blood. From the fire of Nubia to the mountains of Ethiopia, from the desert sands of Mali to the thunder rains of the Zulu heartland, our people walk tall, not as shadows, but as spirits draped in wisdom. We were not tribes, we were nations. We were not savages. We were strategists, astronomers, protectors of destiny. We were not afraid of war, because our warriors fought with the blessing of the ancestors. Let me tell you of kings who ruled with thunder, of queens who marched barefoot into war, of warriors who spoke to spirits before they lifted their spears. They called him tyrant, but his people called him protector. Shaka, son of Senzangakona, child of exile. He turned warriors into shadows, turned grass into spears, turned the Zulu into lightning on the land. He said, "We do not chase war, but we will meet it where it stands." He invented the bullhorn formation, surrounded his enemies with silence before the storm. He trained barefoot soldiers to run miles with no breath lost. He was war reborn. When the British reached into the sacred soul of the Ashanti and tried to steal the golden stool, the men hesitated. But a grandmother rose. Ya Asantawa said, "If you, the men of Ashanti, will not fight, then we, the women, will." She led the last great rebellion. With rifles in their hands and courage in their chests, the Ashanti women held off empire. Not just with bullets, but with spirit. And spirit cannot be colonized. They were not wives. They were not daughters. They were warriors. The Mino, the Dahomey Amazons, trained from girlhood to fight like fire. They charged with machetes in hand, cut through enemy lines with precision, not for kings, not for conquest, but for the gods and the ancestors. French soldiers feared them because they fought without mercy. And when they fell laughing, because they knew death was only a return home. Then came the strangers with steel and scripture. They said, "Your gods are false," but our gods did not leave. They waited in the rivers. They hid in the trees. They whispered in dreams. The Mau Mau, forests of fire. In the green belly of Kenya, the Mau Mau rose like roots from the soil. Not rebels, not savages, but sons of the land. They fought the British from the trees, carved oaths in blood, and prayed to the spirits of the hills. Their war was not just for freedom, it was for memory, because they knew a people who forget their roots become strangers to their own bones. West Africa's lion, a general, a scholar, a strategist. Samurai Touré refused to bow. He built an empire and matched the French blow for blow. When pushed, he moved. When cornered, he countered. And even when betrayed, he never surrendered. Because to him, defeat without dignity was death without meaning. The Italians came with chains, but Ethiopia had fire. Menelik II rallied the people, and beside him stood Empress Tetu, queen, strategist, daughter of fire. Together they turned spears into thunder. At Adwa, they beat the invaders. A black nation defeated a European empire, and the mountains of Ethiopia sang, "We are not yours to conquer." Not every battle was fought with steel. Some were fought in spirit. The griots sang the names of warriors long after their bodies faded. The rainmakers called storms before invasions. The seers read bones and guided kings. And the ancestors watched, not from heaven, but from fire, from stone, from shadow. The baobab tree remembers. The river holds names. The wind carries stories your mother never told you. But your soul already knows, because you are made of them. The warriors, the protectors, the ones who danced with death and did not flinch. Narrator, bold and rising. Do you hear it? The drum? It's not a sound. It's a summons. It calls you, child of Africa, to remember, to rise, to stand in the story that is your blood. You are not the child of silence. You are the echo of 1,000 warriors. Your spine holds the wisdom of queens. Your voice carries the thunder of kings. Walk tall, sing loud. Let your memory be war. Let your spirit be peace. Let your name be remembered.